Ta-da! All right. Here's the plan. What I want you to do, using those tricks that we've learned before, is divide your page in half this way, lightly. Smile when you're done. Thank you. Very good. Then I want you to divide the page in half the other way, lightly. Very good. Now I've just realized that this is not going to work. All right, so I want you to divide this. Well, okay, no, we'll stick to the plan. I want you to divide this square in half as well, right across. Okay. And this one in half, right across as well. So if you've been paying attention, all these complicated instructions, you have a line down the middle of your page, top to bottom, and then 3 lines across. Cool? Good, good. All right, now I want you to divide this line in half. So put a little mark right there. All right, now I'm going to be slightly tricksy, and I'm going to switch to this piece of paper so that I can do this bigger. But I want you to do what I'm doing on here in this place here. Okay, so you're drawing it right there. I'm going to draw it right here. Luckily, you're geniuses and can follow my crazy ideas. All right, so what you need to do first is a circle. And you can't cheat on this one, okay? You could, sort of can, you can't, but see how I'm drawing my circle? I get my pencil moving in a circle with my hand, of course, and then I slowly put my pencil down onto the paper. And as the circle sort of works, I press a little bit harder and a little bit harder so I get my circle. Awesome. Now what I want you to do, I can actually zoom in a little bit wonky. Now what I want you to do is about the same size again as our wee circle. And do a mark up here. Same size again, but not below. Another mark down there. Same size again out there. So you're going to get 4 dots around your first circle. Should be about the same width as your first circle. Yep, okay. Now what you can do, remember the same trick? Yes. Starting there, and I want to start moving around very, very lightly. I want to try and connect to that dot, then connect to that dot, then connect to that dot, and then connect to that dot, like that. And then as I find my pencil's sort of working out where it needs to go, I can slowly lower it down onto the page and start drawing my circle. Make it a little bit darker. You guys see that all right? Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. That's very nice. So now out over about here somewhere, which is about the same as the distance from our center of our circles, out there. I want to do a couple of marks either side out like that. Now we want a really big circle. So following that point, same trick again. This one, not quite so important to get perfect, but it still needs to be a circle. Keep that one really light. I hope you guys have managed to fit this on the little space that I told you to. I'm running out of page. I think we're going to be right. We cool? Good, good. All right. Now, you good there, Finny? Yeah, yes. All right. Now, I need you to put a little dot outside of this circle over here. So now you should have a wee dot over here outside of our circle and a wee dot over here on that circle. Cool? Now what I want you to do is put a bit of a mark just inside our middle circle, sort of just about there. Tricksy, huh? All right. Now, remember I told you about how your hand draws curves easy one way. See, like that, because it's pivoting around my wrist, but not so. So what I want to do is shift my paper a little bit, because what I want to do is a curve from that mark through that one, and then right the way down to that one. And I can make that a little bit darker so you guys can see good. Like that. We've lost Kira. Call an ambulance. Lynn doesn't look too worried at all. All right. I need another little mark now. Slightly inside this one. Maybe about sort of there. Yes, yes, yes. Very tricksy. Good, good. All right. Now flip your page over, because we're going to do a curve the other way. Starting from our new little mark that we just did inside this one. So it's not joining to that curve. There's a wee gap there. And then I want you to do a curve, and I want you to touch the bottom of this circle. So the curve goes like that. Got it? Good, 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 good. All right. Spin my piece of paper back around again to where we were. I can connect this curve with that curve with a bit of a line like that. So what we have created is that sort of squashed lemon shape that we talked about.
Very squashed.
Yes, very squashed. All right. So now what I think is important to do is to check to make sure that this circle is good and it's perfectly inside this circle. Okay, so I'm just going to check it again by sort of measuring by eye and maybe even with my pencil a little bit. And do that circle like that. I can make that dark. I'm reasonably happy with where it is. Now, I can make these two, this line here, again, just checking though to make sure it fits that first circle. Make that one a little bit darker, like that. Spin the page around, because I want to do the same on this side. Checking to make sure that it fits out in first circle. All right. Spin our page back around again. Back to where we were. All right. And depending on how you want to do this, and it makes a big difference, trust me, you can prove me wrong if you like, but I want you to draw a circle, little one, in this side, this circle, about there, like that. All right. Now you can grab your pencil and go nuts. This is black. Black, 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 black. Dark as you can make it. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that bit called the pupil? Yes? And what that is, it's actually a hole. It is, Vinny. Yes, that's a hole. That's where the light goes into your eyeball. Which is why, if you do that clever trick of, that's right, you check. It's a hole. It's got a lens over it, but it's a hole. That's why if you do that clever trick, you go into the bathroom at night with the torch, turn all the lights off and stand there for a minute so it's really dark. You're standing in front of the mirror. Then you point the torch at your eye and flick it on. You watch. When you flick the torch on, that hole, black bit, will be really big. Yes, and the moment the torch goes on, it goes boom. Because it's in the dark, it's letting in lots of light so you can see, and the light, it shuts down. Don't damage your eyeballs. All right. Now what we do, this is taking far too long. What we want to do is pick this point over here on the side, on this circle, and draw a line from flicking from the outside and lighten as we go in. All right. Now we're gonna fast forward this part of the video. Go across to the other side. Do the same thing. Start dark on the outside and flick it in. See how I'm flicking it. And that trick will come in handy later. So down here, flick it in. And from the top, start dark on the outside and flick in towards the middle. So what we've done is we've divided our eye into quarters. And then what we've got to do, and using those as a guide, because it's really quite helpful. Take this quarter, divide it in half again, up here, flick it. Excellent. Dark on the outside and a little bit lighter as you go into the middle. Flick. You can do the opposite side because it's really easy. It's right, sort of, your pen's moving in the same line. Flick. Come up here. Flick. Down here. Flick. And what I want you to do is fill each of those spaces, and you can get a little bit random here. Make some a bit short, some a bit long, some a bit thick, some a bit thin. But I want you to evenly-ish. They need to move from the outside to the inside, following the four sort of guidelines that we did, and just work your way around. Flick, flick, flicking. Flicking, flicking, flicking. And this is where we should have some funky music playing. Kara doesn't need music. She's just got her own music going in her head. I can't imagine what it might sound like. It looks pretty angry to me. Oh, yes, yes, it's definitely heavy metal. All right, how you going? Flicking, 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 flicking. Are you guys done already? I'm getting old and slow. All right, got that? Cool, cool, cool. Okay, back to where we were. Now, remember that trick using the side of your pencil. So you've got not the sharp end and a point, you've got that wider stroke. Yes, exactly. What I want you to do from this line at the top here, I want you to shade, tone down a bit. See how my wrist is working beautifully on this curve? Yes, yes, like that. And it should be darkest right under that curved line. and then it should lighten as we come down a little bit. Like that. Good face. Got that? Now what we can do is carry on that shading tone, sorry, around inside here. Now, I know we're drawing in pencil, we're not using color at the moment, but you can think that if you wanted to make your eyes a dark brown, like us, you would use quite dark tone. But if they were a blue eye, you might do, or green, do a light tone. But so I'm just gonna tone in there, color that in. I'm gonna do it in the same direction as my little itty bitty lines and being super tricksy and moving my page around like this so that my hand's working perfectly. Color that in, tone it, sorry, because it's not color. Oh dear, I think I might need another coffee. All the way around. Make it slightly darker at the top. It could be darker at the top because this is obviously under your top eyelid. And so there's a little bit of a shadow there. Like that. How are we going? You right, Kira? You're having a meltdown. No, she's not all right. Well, is she worse than she normally is? Okay, just normal bad. All right, thank you. Hey, look, so see this line here of our big circle? We can actually darken that in a little bit because that's actually the edge of our eyeball. Yes, it is. Look closely. And this little piece in here, we can darken that in a bit more. That's at the inside, obviously, of our eye. That's your tear duct. Well, that's where the tears come from, you know. Oh my God. Can't do any more art until later because I'm doing it now. All right, tear duct in there. All right, okay. Cool. All right, I want you to do a mark up about here, lightly-ish. And I want you to do a mark about here, lightly-ish. And another one about there, lightly-ish. Drawing your eyelid. Now, this can be a little bit wonky. It doesn't have to be the perfect curve that, sorry, this is the top of the eyelid. This is the edge of your eyelid. So this one here, you just need to sort of connect those lines, create your top of your eyelid. Of course, you being young and fabulous and stuff, you're all sort of pretty and stuff. Mine's a bit more sort of wonky and old. Oh, what are you saying? Okay. All right, someone, we've got to keep going. I don't know how long this video's been going for, but it's right. I need another line. And conveniently, we've sort of got one about there. Lightly follow this curve of our top eyelid. Like that. Okay. And this is important. And I want another one down here as well, following that curve. Because a mistake a lot of people make with this next step, eyelashes. If you look closely at your eyeball, yes, they don't start on this line here. That's right. No, see, good. They start just outside it. So I found, put some dots along there. Random dots, like that. More on the outside, not the inside where the tear is. When you look closely at your eyeballs, you'll see you've got the eyelashes are stronger and thicker towards the outside. Exactly. Quick spin around, don't be full. Don't go start putting the dots over here. Start at the outside again, the dark side. Put some dots that way. Just a few random dots. Oh dear, I can see this is going badly. You're all right? We're almost there. Now this is probably the trickiest bit, okay? Remember that flicking technique that we did before back here? Well, the reason for that is when we start doing our eyelashes, it's the same thing. We need to put our pencil on that point, one of those dots that we made, and we need to do a curved flick this time. A curved flick, like that. Now, what I like to do is done one here in the middle of this bit, go up to the top of our eyeball about here. These ones still need to be going out, away from the center a little bit. So that one needs to sort of go there. And they're sort of longerish around this point. So might do a bigger one there. And then down here, they're almost horizontal. So we need to flick that way. See that? So this one is on this sort of angle. It's all sort of coming from, you know, the middle. See that? All right, we need to fast forward again. So to help me, I find it works if you do one in the middle. So you're looking at that one and that one. And we need to do one sort of on an angle halfway between those. So about there. Remember, darkest at the bottom, the point where it starts, and then flick it out. Flick it out. Now, eyelashes tend to be a bit random. Occasionally they go a bit wonky, end up in your eye, which is generally not nice. So work my way right around like that, flicking, give them a bit of a curve. You having a seizure, Finn? Right, and I can do a few smaller ones in here, like that. Okay, we good? All right, almost done. Same on the bottom. This one here needs to be sort of horizontal and come out that way. Oops, I think that's way too big. Got a bit enthusiastic there. This one here, okay, needs to sort of be on sort of that kind of angle. One in the middle, halfway between again, sort of that kind of angle. And then do that one to help me with in between, and that one. Okay, fast forward. All right, very nearly there. What I'm going to do, grab the side of my pencil, add a bit of tone around the top, inside our eyelid. Yes, very pretty. I'm not going to even ask. Have you got time to be waving that around? It's not got an eye on it. Bit of tone around there. Bit of tone underneath this line. Like that. Now, what I think we need to do is add a little bit more detail. Our what's that? That's the iris. in it, the coloured bit. These lines are a little bit too perfect. So what I want to do is probably using the edge of my pencil a bit. I need to make these a little bit more random. There might be some squiggles and some lumps. Draw the odd line from the inside out. So vary your marks. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm worried. Where are your parents? What have you done with them? Look, I'm pleased with the way this is looking. Do some skinny lines from the middle. Make these a bit darker and a bit random. Some blobs. You can go a little bit crazy. Crazy is good. Weird is better. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. I hope all our viewers can see your eye is a bit of a guide. Bless you. Oh dear, cover your sneezes. It's lucky there's 2 screens between us. Trying to get me sick. Horrible, horrible niece. All right. These ones up here need to be really dark, remember, because they're in the shadow of your top of your eyelid. So I can get a bit crazy in there. You're right. You're very nice t-shirt. Yes. Is it time to go, or are you just semaphoring? Good. No, you're going crazy, monkey. All right. I'm going to add a bit more tone along the top of my eye. We're almost done. Colour in the actual irisy bit. Still using my lines like this. Oh, I'm worried about this video because you guys are just lost Finn completely. Is he lying off to, is he still breathing? Did you sneeze on him and kill him? All right. And I'm going to make that line a little bit darker. Add a bit more random sort of tone around here. Clean that up a bit. Darken that line. How's that? All right, look, we've got to finish this. We've got to. So hopefully what you've done is something that looks a little bit like that. And it should be, I hope, sort of maybe about sort of there. Do that super quickly. Okay. Now, yeah. Oh no, we've probably got. I've done you wrong. Because, fun fact, if you measure the width of your eyeball from outside to outside, and then measure the gap between your eyes, it's about the same, about, roughly. So that means you can do another one over about here. Look at that, okay? And what I want you to do is experiment with making different eyes. You've got space for 2 more sets of eyes here. And I had a count this morning and I could think of about 6 different types of eyes. All right, I think we're done. I have to follow the rules.
No.
All right, we're going now. Be good. Good luck, Mum and Dad.
Slash help.